Well, it looks like all 4 of Thunderfoot's videos have been reinstated. So, maybe the boy Thunder's strategy worked and he got YouTube's attention. Maybe YouTube got a point that a lot of others have missed. I am not one of Thunderfoot's fanboys. I've got 3 videos that criticize him for the way he has dealt with issues in the past. 2 of them because of how he dealt with Islam. However, in his last video, the boy Thunder made what I thought was a very obvious and important point that it seems a lot of people do not get, and some even take offense at. Thunderfoot compared his own censorship flagging on YouTube with the far more extreme form of censorship of a Saudi journalist who may get a death sentence because of Twitter comments he wrote that some other Saudis thought insulted the Prophet Muhammad. What makes the connection between the two even relevant, you might ask? It is because of the irony of what the boy Thunder was flagged for: hate speech. Remember what it is that makes hate speech dangerous. A major reason that it is dangerous is because it provokes others into violent acts against people or property. Usually the victims are significant minority groups. So, who is doing the violence against people or property? Have any atheists killed any Muslims or burned any churches because of something the boy Thunder said? Or is it the Muslims who are killing atheists? Atheists who are a significant minority in my own country and in those Islamic countries where Sharia law dominates. It seems like a disturbing inversion of what the policies against hate speech were supposedly meant for. Here is how Thunderfoot made that comparison.
Yes, as we speak, a man in Saudi faces possible death over these 3 tweets. Now this is the fundamental problem for YouTube, that have now apparently started enacting this clause that forbids you from offending people's religions. If this really is the case, then this is the new face of YouTube moderation. And this is the new standard of what might be categorized as the most abhorrent religious hate speech on YouTube. I mean, we're not just talking worthy of being banned, we're talking worthy of being executed style hate speech. Now I know what you're about to say, don't be ridiculous, Thunderfoot. You did all those Draw Muhammad Day things, Draw Muhammad Day 1 and 2. You burned over 40,000 copies of the Quran, and those must have been flagged silly by these people of hypersensitive dispositions to being offended by even the most mild of criticisms, and YouTube allowed them to stay up. And yeah, you're right. But there seems to have been a change in YouTube policy of late from an open and free forum towards the Nasser al-Almar type moderation.
That last bit about how YouTube was adopting Saudi-style censorship did, even to my ears, at first, sound over the top, as if Thunderfoot were comparing having a few videos removed to being threatened with execution. But that's not the comparison being made. And that's what a lot of people don't get. The real point doesn't become clear until the end, after the boy Thunder throws in some irrelevant digs at Dawah Films. He finally makes the point that is still important and still needs to be kept in mind, even now that his videos have been reinstated.
On the open forum of ideas, the robust ideas of rationality will win over ancient voodoo. Many religions understand this to the point where criticism of their religion is forbidden by their religion. That is, for them they would far rather sidestep this whole contest of ideas thing on the open forum where they know they will lose, and instead play the battle of censorship where they might win. If the battle against censorship is not fought, then channels like this, indeed all criticism of religion, is simply engaging in a race for extinction. You've got to fight this sort of thing. And sure, if you think any of the videos below don't come even close to hate speech, mirror them and post them as a reply to this video.
The point Thunderfoot made was not about trying to make having his videos being removed by YouTube seem somehow similar to the extreme punishment of death, as some clueless dimwits say. It's about the real purpose behind this kind of censorship. The point is also not about what YouTube does or doesn't have the right to do. The point is about what is the right thing for YouTube to do. The removed videos were just not hate speech or sexually provocative or anything that should have been removed for the terms of service violations YouTube gave us, even as vaguely stated as YouTube wrote them. Maybe there's copyrighted material in there, but that wasn't the claim against them. The most probable reason they were removed was because some false flagger somewhere was trying to censor Thunderfoot because of his religious criticism. However, since they were reinstated by YouTube, it now seems that YouTube no longer agrees with that flagger. The question is, what changed YouTube's mind? Did YouTube take a closer look because of all the mirrors that Thunderfoot's video generated? I don't know. Having flagged videos reinstated is not all that uncommon. But let's keep in mind that YouTube is not just an American internet service. It is accessed worldwide, including in Islamic countries like Pakistan, a country that not long ago imposed a ban on websites like YouTube, Facebook, and perhaps Wikipedia and Flickr in order to prevent people in their country from accessing these sites because of blasphemous images of the Prophet Muhammad. It wasn't the first time such a step was taken by an Islamic country. We do have good reason to worry about what kind of influence Islamic nations will have on these internet companies. The Islamic world can no longer cut themselves off from a larger world that doesn't feel a need to respect their religion. If Thunderfoot's fears were unjustified this time, that doesn't mean they will be unjustified next time.